Welcome to Math 303, multivariable calculus for the fall 2020 semester. I'd like to just have this video. We are going to have some folks who are online in our class. We are going to be separated into two different rooms across the hall from one another for class. I think we need a little bit of a plan, even going into the first day of class. Normally we make a plan on the first day. Today we need one. So I'm going to use the syllabus to kind of help me remember the things that I need to tell you about. Really all this video is kind of an overarching big picture point of view for what to expect. And we'll go into more details on the first day of class. So even if you watch this, please show up to our first class. So yes, we're gonna have class 4 times a week. We are meeting in Derthick 209 and 210. 209 is where I normally will be, and 210 is where Eden, our class TA, is going to be. So the people who are in 210 are going to be watching me via the 2 TV screens in there. They're huge. And people who are online will be watching via Zoom. We will all be one big happy family separated from each other at proper distancing. Anyways, I'm going to have office hours every day, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, based on my schedule that day. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a little bit different than Tuesday, Thursday. And those office hours will be conducted via Zoom as well. Yeah, if you need to see me in person or, conduct some private meeting, let me know. But yeah, that will be the default. Yeah, and in this class, we're doing multivariable calculus. Oddly enough, I think calculus 3 kind of is more like calculus 1 on steroids rather than calculus 2. The stuff that you learn in calculus 2 is going to become very relevant in differential equations. But mostly we're going to get back to basics, talking about limits, derivatives, integration, but instead of just on a 2-dimensional plane, we will be conducting calculus in 3D space. So it should be fun. Yeah, and the same textbook applies. If you're new to the class, we've been using the same textbook for calculus 1 through 3. So sorry, you're getting the short end of the deal for having to buy it now. But we will definitely be using the Hawks courseware. So you'll, for your online homework and actually for our tests this semester. So probably the cheapest version will just be to get the courseware only. If you can get it at the bookstore, sometimes it's a little bit cheaper than what's online, so check that out. And if you really value having a solid textbook, there are packages with that available at the bookstore. Again, we are going to continue to work on becoming strong problem solvers and good mathematical communicators and just good learners overall. So student learning outcomes, yay. I think the stuff that you learn in calculus 3 will definitely serve you well in the rest of your career, and just it's good exercise for your brain. So we're going to do it. We are looking at chapters 11 through 15 in our book this semester. With the way the last semester ended, ended. I'm not sure that we're going to get into the entire textbook, but we will be able to get into vector calculus a little bit at least. Which, yeah, it's fun. We're doing great. I think we're still on a very good schedule in terms of covering everything that we want to cover in Calculus 3. We will have written homework. We will have online homework. We will have in-class activities. And the new thing this semester is reading assignments. I anticipate lecture time not being as efficient as kind of it normally is, with you guys being able to interrupt me at will, and you know, just all of the signals that I get from looking around at blank stares and that kind of thing as I'm trying to explain things just might not be as efficient, and you might not be able to understand me as well, so we might need to repeat things. Anyways, trying to make this semester as flexible as possible and still quality education for you guys. I am not going to do a bunch of online lectures. To me, especially if I make lectures that are 50 minutes long, watching those is extremely boring and dehumanizing, even for me. So who likes math? I like math. So this semester, I'm gonna let you kind of choose whatever method you like, whether that be reading or maybe watching videos via the Hawks software that we will have. But I want you to acclimate yourself to the topic at hand as much as possible before we discuss things in class. So there will be short reading assignments, basically 2 questions. The first question asks you, which examples in the text would you really like to go through in class so that, you know, you have a more robust understanding of that? And the other question is just, do you have any other questions that we should bring up in class to talk about? So really it's just like a feedback system that I will be able to use through Canvas to kind of organize all your responses, and we will treat the lecture time accordingly. But I'd like that lecture time to feel more like a discussion where I get to ask you guys what you've learned about, you know, certain things, and I get to elaborate on whatever things you still have questions on. I get to show you maybe some cool GeoGebra demonstration kind of things. But yeah, I don't think watching me lecture the entire class is going to be fun for anybody. So it does mean that you will have a little bit more preparation to do before class, but that can be definitely rewarded with a more efficient time together. And you know, if we get to the end of a section and nobody has any questions anymore and we still have class time, either we can be flexible and just say, hey, we did a good job reading and we feel like we understand stuff. Let's leave it till the next day and just end class a little bit early. Or probably what I'd like to do more is to use some of that extra time for just problem solving. Maybe we start working on either written or online homework. Probably the written homework, to be honest, so that we could all just, you know, work on the same problem. But we do a little bit of problem solving together to get ahead on the stuff, and you have less homework to do. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. You know, normally we're going to have about 3 sections worth of lecture in a row. So, you know, for instance, 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, those 3 sections we'll start off with. Then we will have an in-class activity that kind of incorporates all 3 of those topics into an activity that we do in the classroom. Right now, those look like, PDF, the papers that I would normally hand out in class, and I still probably will do that. I have thought about, and I probably need to work on thinking about which of the activities could be created in the Desmos activity builder thing, so that we can have a little bit better experience for people who are online. I don't know. That might be getting too fancy. We've already got a lot going on in this class. But yeah, our in-class activity, normally we work together with classmates. If you are going to be working with a classmate, generally I would like to encourage maybe 1 or 2 people go up to the board, and they can kind of talk with the people who are at their seats, but everybody can kind of be working on the same thing if somebody's up at the board, rather than huddling together like we normally do. Then we'll have a homework day after the activity day, where we will discuss written homework, debrief the activity if we need to talk about it some more, and work on our online Hawks homework. You will have Hawks assignments for, each section, a few problems per section. And yeah, I've tried to outline how the whole structure of this will feel on a day-to-day. If you've already been in class, it's not going to be too much of a surprise to you. But if you have any questions, let me know. Exams, they're going to be online. So we're going to use Hawks to facilitate the tests, and you're going to have 3 tests throughout the semester, and then 1 final for, the final exam. But, I'll open that probably the week of Thanksgiving. I'll open that probably on Monday. And then you'll have till Tuesday of finals week to actually have it finished. Your normal exam time. Yeah, Tuesday. But yeah, we're doing the online tests because, we are in a hybrid environment. And even though we are taking online tests, I will still be in class on exam days. And I imagine Eden will too, so that we can be around to, facilitate any questions, help you problem solve on any technical issues that you have. But yeah, we'll be around on exam days in person to help you. And I suppose we will do a Zoom call on those days as well, to be able to help people who are abroad. So yeah, those exam days will look different. It's not going to necessarily be timed or anything, but we want to be there to support you as you take those exams. So overall course grade, we've got a lot of things going on. Written homework, online homework, in-class activities, reading assignments. We've got our unit tests and our final exam. It's going to look like even more stuff when we look at Canvas. Here, I'll go to Canvas and just show you. Blah, 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 blah. Yoicks. Remember, this is a 4-credit class. We're going to be meeting 4 times a week. I think that this will be doable, but definitely, I will be open to feedback throughout the semester. Please let me know if you have any suggestions to make things run more smoothly. I guess one thing that I neglected to say as I just kind of went through this, is our written homework. We're gonna actually do peer reviews on that, but primarily that's just to give you access to someone else's homework so that you can kind of look at it, compare it to your own homework, and see if there are any differences. That way we can ask better questions during class and do a better job of learning and supporting one another's learning. So that shouldn't take a lot of time. We'll talk more about that in class. Yeah, so that's overall everything. Online homework will be handled a little bit differently this semester. I did try to work with Hawks to get this set up so that the online homework right now, boom, should show up, in our grading automatically. It should refresh every day. But yeah, you'll have one column for the lessons, the online homework portion, and another column for the tests that we take. There'll be 4 tests, 40 points each. Yeah. So that's new. Hopefully that'll work. You should also, I think this semester, should be able to sign into Hawks via Canvas. We'll see how that goes. And we may need to troubleshoot that, but yeah, hopefully that works. If you signed up with a different email address than your Milligan email address, that'll be the most, I don't know, the trickiest to navigate, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah. So overall, grading, I think, is pretty straightforward. Written homework, online homework, in-class activities, reading assignments. Honestly, all of those, as long as you're putting the work in, should be fairly easy to get full credit. And the unit exams and the final exam, I probably will give you a retry for each one of these. But yeah, I would just try to do your best on the first one because you don't want to do it over again. But yeah, that's the grading. Moving on. Yeah, so if you are quarantined or you are just distance learning, you'll be joining our class via Zoom. Half the class will be joining via Zoom anyway from across the hall. But yeah, that should be natural. If you're unable to come to class, but you're still feeling well, we'll be on Zoom and we'll be doing synchronous stuff every day. If you are ill, we will be recording class. So you should be able to get caught back up afterwards. I may end up posting it to YouTube, but right now I think the plan would be that these will just get recorded to the cloud and they will be available in Canvas. So in our class, yeah, we've got Zoom right here. And if you click on the Zoom link on the left-hand side, you'll see, oh, we've got a bunch of meetings. And I actually tested this yesterday with Eden. And some of you guys actually noticed that. So great job noticing that. But yeah, if you wanted to watch this cloud recording, it looks like it would be this one that you could watch online. Oh, great. Yeah. it copied the password to my clipboard and I need to do it here for some reason. No. But yeah, this is, I was playing around with Zoom yesterday. You're pretty loud, but I could yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, that's where the recordings will be, housed within Canvas. So yeah, if you're sick, you know, absence will be excused. Just let me know ahead of time, and we'll get you caught up when you feel better. If I need to quarantine, then I will be at my house, and we'll have class synchronously via Zoom. And if I am sick enough that I can't teach you for an extended period of time, you would actually still be able to read, do your homework, and even your exams without me. I'm not trying to make myself obsolete in setting up this course, but I am trying to set it up very flexibly so that you can continue to have academic success and continue to learn things, even if I'm out for a while. Hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, we will. I guess I didn't talk about this yet, but I did send an announcement. If you haven't seen the announcement, go ahead and look at that. We are going to have a Zoom chat channel, and that should be a place where we can communicate a lot like Pronto last semester, but this is just going to be better. And yeah, you can continue communicating with your classmates via our Zoom chat channel. The announcement is right here. No, that's not what I wanted to click. So yeah, you would go to milligan.zoom.us to make sure that you are signed in with your official Milligan login. You'd use the same thing that you'd type in for Canvas. Then you download the Zoom app, sign in with SSO, the secure sign-on. That'll be the same thing as Canvas. And then to join our channel, you will go to contacts up at the top, click join a channel, and then select Math 303. And yeah, this is what it looks like right now. But yeah, it's just going to be like a group chat where we'll be able to communicate in an asynchronous fashion when we are apart from one another for things like office hours, that good stuff. Yeah. So the Zoom chat channel would be there in the case that I'm gone. You guys can still continue to learn together. But yeah, if I am not sick, I'm going to be doing my best this semester to be available for you and to help you along learning multivariable calculus. Office hours will be regularly scheduled every day, like I said. Accommodations, if you have any of those, please contact Heather Jackson and I will get an email and we'll work together to make sure that yeah, you are accommodated. And for academic integrity, I mean, especially moving more things into an online environment, you know, I have less power in terms of watching over you as you're taking exams, but I still encourage you to be, to act with integrity and to really treat this semester as like learning is your main goal rather than just getting a good grade. I've tried to set our class structure up so that the majority of stuff you can get full credit on as long as you're putting the effort in. And so honestly, I tried to set it up so that academic integrity shouldn't be an issue. but when it is, oh, it's so bad. I hate dealing with that kind of stuff, but we will deal with it if we have to. So yeah, please just, yeah, you're going to be good. Yeah, and here's the tentative class schedule going all the way through chapter 11 and chapter 12 will be on our first test. Chapter 13 is kind of a longer chapter, so that's what is test 2. Those are the derivatives, partial derivatives, all that good stuff, gradients, yeah. All the stuff to do with the derivatives are in chapter 13. All the stuff to do with integrals is in chapter 14. And then chapter 15 is a little bit of vector calculus that kind of does a little bit of, I think it's mostly integration, maybe a little bit of derivative stuff too. But yeah, that's the overview of the semester. We do have some review days before our tests. I left those in there so that even during those review days, yeah, we could review, and I don't know, I could probably even be persuaded to start on the exam early if that's what everybody wanted to do, to give you kind of 2 days to work on an exam. But yeah, I'll want to hear from you on that. Otherwise, I don't want this to be too long. So if you are in an online situation, plan to join us via Zoom. You're going to be able to join that call by going to Zoom here on Canvas. And then once I start it, hopefully I'll be starting class a little bit before 1 o'clock here. And you'll be able to click join to join us. The other option should be, as long as you as long as you have an official Milligan Zoom account, you should be able to join our recurring classroom Zoom via this link. This one's a little bit different for office hours because I have it set to my personal Zoom ID, so that all of my classes can get to this one, but the join classroom Zoom is just for you guys. And that's what we'll use for our normal class, and that's what will get recorded to Canvas. So hopefully we have this figured out. We've been doing our best to try to get this figured out so that this semester runs as smoothly as possible and we get to keep learning math. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for any feedback or suggestions that you have. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. All right, bye. I need to get this done. Bye.